What is going on, you guys? It's James from James' Reptiles. I have a lot to feed today. I gotta feed my leopards, my cresteds, all of my snakes. I'm gonna take you along with me. There's a bunch of other stuff I have to do, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Clean my fish tank, that's for sure. There'll be a couple hour break. I'm gonna go work for Glenn for a couple hours, come back, do some more stuff, and then that'll be it. But I hope you guys really enjoy this, and I know I like watching snakes eat, so I'm sure other people do, and every once in a while I just film it for you guys, so we'll get right into that. And all of these need a good cleaning, need a good aspen change, but the show's coming up and I'm probably gonna sell a couple snakes, hopefully. So I'm just gonna wait till after the show till I have a lot less, because that's just what makes sense. So you can see, well, you can't see. You can kind of see a little lump in there. There you go, that's better. My reverse Okatee female. I got a couple different tongs here. I got my feeding tongs for snarl, snakes, and when I'm feeding insects off, that's why they have calcium on the end. And then my big, I think they're 14 or 18 long hemostats. And I also have these kitchen tongs. Use those to pick up some poops, some wet poops. I found that my snakes prefer them if they're pretty dry. So first off, I'm probably going to offer a black mouse just to see if he'll take it. Because I have a lot of black mice, and these snakes, this specific, my corns are coming up on being big enough to eat them. So, no, not responsive. I'm going to try a similar size white mouse. And if he doesn't strike at this one, I've found that my snakes prefer them if they're pretty dry. So first off, I'm probably going to offer a black mouse just to see if he'll take it. Because I have a lot of black mice, and these snakes, this specific, my corns are coming up on being big enough to eat them. So, alright, so truth be told, I don't even know what snake this is yet. Okay, now I know what snake this is. My dot dash head albino California king snake. I don't know, it never takes off the tongs, so I'll probably leave it in the hide for, this is a female. Actually, I'm just gonna leave it right in front of her. Let's see if we can get her out of only eating it when it's in her hide. So I'm just gonna close her up and set her off to the side, and we'll come back and check on her in a couple minutes. Next up, oh, we have a doozy, my albino California king snake. This is another female. She is always hungry. Definitely not selling her. If I did, I would sell her for a lot more than what I bought her for. I'm gonna offer a black mouse. Yup. Totally didn't get that on camera. Whoops. My bad. I'm horrible at filming. Absolutely horrendous at filming. Of course, I always check all my snakes later on in the day or the next day to make sure they ate. But that California king snake, even though I do check him every time, I can kind of guarantee that she eats. Nice shed from this reverse Okatee male. And this is looking a little bit moldy, and it's got poop on the inside, so I'm going to switch it out for a new one. Oh, look at how bright he is. He's super orange. This is why I got these. I want to produce them just like him. And this is from a wholesale order. This was not even a special, not even like a really special snake, but I got a fresh paper towel roll, right in there for him, fill up his water, and then I'll offer him a mouse. And as I get more snakes, I'm starting to defrost just under enough. So if I think a snake can take a bigger mouse, that bigger mouse was meant for a bigger snake, I can defrost more later for bigger snakes. I don't have to feed exactly what I thought for, and that just kind of helps snake growth. He's not seeming interested, which normally he is super interested, so I'm gonna offer him a white mouse. Some snakes can be very picky, and I'm just gonna leave it there for him. I'm not gonna bug him too much. Snakes don't really like to be bugged, so why push him, right? Alright, last but not least, this one never eats for me. Well, it eats, but never on camera. This is a coral banded albino, or het albino California king snake. The future male to my breeding trio. And I'm just gonna leave it in there, because I don't expect him to come get it anytime soon. He is the most finicky eater out of all of them, so if any of them decided not to eat, it would be him. And now we'll pause and we'll get some bigger snakes. So this will be my second time feeding this girl. This is Spaghetti, is this Spaghetti? Yeah, this is Spaghetti, my female, motley, I forget what it is. I had to ask the girl I bought it from the other day because I couldn't remember. But I'm sure she will strike at this. Yep, look at her. There you go. Perfect. A little bit smaller than last time. Lots of aspen up in there. But she'll end up getting most of that off and just digest whatever she doesn't. And a lot of people will be concerned about that, but aspen, your snake getting a little bit of aspen is not a big deal. And it's not, I mean, if it was a problem, we wouldn't keep snakes on aspen. So anyway, I'm gonna leave her alone and feed the male. Alright, so first shed from those two new corns, and it's from the male. Looks like a pretty nice shed. You can see where his head was. Got his eye caps in there. Let's see. And now I haven't popped the male, so I'm not 100% sure it's a male. But if I end up with two females, it's not really such a bad thing. It's really easy just to find an adult male corn snake. And at that point, I will have two breeders when they're ready. So I'm gonna see if I can get him. He just shut out, so he should be hungry. Oh shoot. Yep, there he goes. That was perfect. Look at him. He was like a more brown color, but he's super orange now. That's crazy. I can't wait to see what they look like as adults. I'm sure they'll look pretty similar since they're already quote unquote 2 years old, but they're yearling size, so I'm sure they've already got some of their color on them. But there he goes, he's taking it into his lair. I need to get bigger hides for these guys. Actually, I probably won't. I'm probably trying to get a rack system real soon. I need a hatchling rack for all my terrestrial geckos and my fat tails, my leopards, and I needed a snake rack for adult snakes. Tons of things on the list. So this right here is my male California king snake. He's a rescue. I got him just as a hatchling from some guy. He might have even been wild caught. You know, I didn't know. He's still kind of super not used to people. He musts every time you hold him. Every time, or not every time. This is my second snake. My first snake was a hognose, and this snake only eats black mice, but I ended up selling the hognose. So this is the first snake I got to watch grow up, and he won't take off the tongs. So what I normally do is I leave him on top of here, and I'll come back at the end of the day and it'll either be there or it won't. Usually it's gone, but nevertheless. Well, that's really stinky. I don't know how I never smelled that so far, but that right there is a regurg, and it's got maggots on it. So that's really disgusting. I'm not really sure why this girl regurged. I've had her for a long time. either way, I just won't feed her today, and I'll give her tons of time. I'm gonna clean out her enclosure a lot, check her vent, make sure there's no maggots, and hopefully everything's all right. That's gonna be it for today's video. All the small snakes ate. The California king snake that tends to not eat didn't eat, and my ball python, which I didn't film feeding, didn't eat. Obviously, those are things I always expect not to eat. I fed roaches off. I wish I'd filmed that because they ate really aggressively. And it'll probably be the last time I feed some of them because I'm going to take a couple of them to the show. So, to my leopards and my fat tails. We'll see what happens there. I'm going to end up with actually a lot of stuff at the show. I'm going to cup up some hissers and try to get rid of some of those because my colony is dense with babies. I don't know what I'm going to do with all those babies. Because, you have 2 and they have babies. And then those grow up and all of a sudden you have 10 and those all have babies. And then all of a sudden you have 100. And it just not multiplies, but it's logarithmic, if you will. It's exponential. That's what I'm trying to say. It multiplies exponentially. So that's it for today's video. There'll be more tomorrow. I'm going to start drilling holes in cups for roaches for the sac show. The sac show is coming up. If you want more content on that, follow me. Like my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'll post pictures of the sac show, setting up at the sac show, tearing down at the sac show. Watch, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell if you want to see videos of the sac show and how I'm getting ready. And at the sac show, I'm coming back from the sac show, and it's a 2-day show, so you get 2 videos at the show. And I'll try to film some awesome animals. I kind of always forget to do that stuff, but we'll make it happen today. Not today, this year at the sac show. As I vend more shows, I'll get more used to filming and remembering to film and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm rambling. The video's already 12 minutes long. Have a good day, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.